Well, look who it is. It's some tutors here to join us for another episode of We Don't Know Toots. I'm your host, Steven Schultz, joined by my brother and co-host, Roberto Schultz. Rob, how are you doing on this fine day?
Dude, I can feel my seasonal depression melting away. It's great. It's been 70 like all week.
It was snowing this morning for me, so
Yuck. Yeah, I went and played Ultimate Frisbee today in 70-degree weather, and it was great.
mhm. Well, my seasonal depression continued to build up, much like the snow on the sidewalks
Yuck.
of life. Man, dude, I'm straight up poet
Bars.
warrior. All right, today, tutors, we've got a new album from you from a band called Grayscale. I don't know. Let's see. I want to see how big Grayscale is. Let's see here. Yeah, so they're not like the most popular band. It doesn't look like about 270,000 monthly listeners. Got a couple albums. Where did we see them? We saw them at the State Champs concert, right?
Yeah, I couldn't remember. I knew they opened for somebody back in the day.
Yeah, they're at.
That's how I got into them.
Yeah, so we've got some good jams. We're reviewing their album, The Hart, spelled Hart, which I don't know, like if they're actually talking about like a deer, a boy deer, but
I think they're talking about Kevin.
that makes sense with the clover as the
Yeah.
cover photo. So overall, Rob, I want to know what your impressions of this album overall were.
Overall, I thought we do end up, just by the nature of the music we talk about, we seem to get a lot of sad and breakup songs. And like that's almost all we ever talk about. And granted, there are some of those on here, but overall, this was a much more optimistic album than what we normally cover. So that was a nice little change of pace.
Yeah, I even said like there's a couple songs that like basically sing about the exact same thing.
Yeah.
I don't know. It is very, very sad. There's definitely some sad, whiny pop punk in here, which is
Yeah.
what pop punk has so much sad, whiny stuff. So it's not surprising.
Like I said, it's just the nature of the music we talk about.
Yep. Well, let's dive into it. So, The Heart is the first song. My impressions added it straight to the playlist, top jams.
Oh, it's a banger. It's a
Absolute
banger.
banger. For those of
Nice.
you that aren't cool and don't listen to Grayscale's new album as soon as it releases, we are being sarcastic. It's just an instrumental intro. How long is it? It's not even a minute long, is it? Oh, it's like a
No.
minute 9.
But I liked it. I mean, as far as instrumental 1-minute tracks go, it was very dramatic and very beautiful, and it led right into the next song, Kept Me Alive.
It was nice. I did think the music side of it was good, but like after the first song, it matches it does not match the vibe of any other song on this album at all. Like quality of music and instrumental, like the intricacy of the actual like instrumentals and notes and everything. It's like, I don't know. I'll probably hit on that more throughout the episode, but I'll be honest, not the biggest fan of this album. So,
but it was cool that they used the same like instrumental sound throughout Kept Me Alive.
Yeah. So, speaking of Kept Me Alive, how'd you feel?
Well, this is a very pop punk song, very classic pop punk sound to it, super catchy pop punk chorus. It's a good love song, but I didn't have a whole bunch to say about it. I think I've grown out of pop punk a little too much. Like there were some songs on here that I saved, and I like a lot of Grayscale already, but in general, I think pop punk is in my past, so it's hard for me to get into more new pop punk. So I don't know.
Yeah, I
I'm
get
just
that.
old and skeptical.
For the new pop punk, definitely, like, I can't get into as much. Like, I think a lot of, like, if I listen to this style of pop punk from, like, old bands, it's, like, nostalgia that's kind of keeping it alive in my heart.
Yeah, exactly.
But, yeah, and I mean, because I still have a couple Grayscale songs in some playlists. like Beautiful Things. I know I have that in a
Yeah.
playlist, but I don't know this. I didn't. I'll be honest. I did not add any songs to any playlist from this album.
Well, shame on you.
No, it is my right as an American to not add Grayscale songs to my playlists.
That is in the Constitution.
But yeah, but I will say, I think this is one of the better songs on the album. I thought it was a good song, instrumentals.
Mm-hmm.
Lyrics weren't bad for being, like the kind of corny pop punk, right? The lyrics were actually pretty solid. So,
Yeah, I
but
thought they had
yeah,
some pretty solid lyricism throughout this album.
wow, we'll have some interesting dialogue then, it sounds like, because
Perhaps.
yeah. Well, the next song is Through the Landslide. This song, it has like this build up to that first chorus that straight up blue balled me, bro. Like
Yeah.
I kept thinking like they were gonna actually like, start rocking, and then they
Yeah.
wouldn't. And I'm like, dude, oh my goodness, why are you teasing me? But I don't know. I will say though, they must have been going through something. They must be in love real hard right now, because
That's
like
what
this
I'm
song and the
saying.
song before it, so Kept Me Alive and Through the Landslide, are just about how like my darkest days, you were with me. Like, you're the
Mm-hmm.
greatest thing ever. You keep me alive.
Yep. Like I said, it's a nice change of pace to be able to talk about songs like this. But once again, I didn't have a whole lot to say about it. It was just another good love song, but I like the chorus. It was catchy, good, get you off your feet in the middle of the concert kind of chorus. Just jump around.
Yeah. Yeah, I could see that. But yeah, it's just being about saved by love, baby. By
By
love.
love.
So yeah, I mean I don't wanna jet through the album too quickly, but I'll be honest, yeah, I didn't that's about all I had about that song. Next
Yeah.
song. It's a short album. What was it? I think it's
Like
12
half an hour.
songs. Yeah, it's about half an hour. Sweet and Sour, VeggieTales.
Uh-huh.
Now there's a song.
Now there's a review we should do. The top
Yeah,
VeggieTale hits.
top VeggieTale hits. Whew. Starting off number one,
Where's my
I
hairbrush?
Where's My Hairbrush? Barbara Manatee, Hamburger, The
Oh
Rabbit.
yeah, it's gotta be the cheeseburger song.
Yeah,
That's gotta be
those
the
are top
all-time
four
best.
guaranteed. Those four, no doubt. And I'll die on that hill. So
Maybe you know what? Maybe we should do that. Maybe that should be an episode. That'd be a fun one.
okay, but I can round it off right now. Pirates Who Don't Do Anything. That's number five. All right, boom. You've got my top five. I don't know exactly what order I want to put them in, but those are the top five.
That is a good one.
Anyways, dude, what a freaking segue. Anyways, the next song was Talking in My Sleep. Did you have much to say about this? I did not have much to say
A
about
little
this
bit. I
song.
mean, a little bit. This is where it starts to get sad after all the
Yeah.
happy songs, but I love me a good acoustic intro, and I like the lyrics in the chorus. Built this castle strong so I could keep the pain inside, but it takes over me. I don't know. It's not super deep or anything. I just like the lyrics.
Yeah, I thought this was like a good chill song. Like if you have like that acoustic song you like to listen to because it's real slow and like quiet and nothing really happens,
Hmm.
this is an acoustic, but it hits that same vibe.
But it
Like
is a sad one.
it's a sad boy.
It's
So
about missing someone. You're trying to keep it all inside, but it comes out while you're sleeping. They're still in your dreams.
yeah,
So
just
it's a sad one.
be a man and keep all your feelings inside, bro. Like for
Or
real.
just be a man and don't sleep
Yeah,
like the rest of us.
yeah. As soon as your heart gets broken, so sometime in high school, you're done sleeping like an adult. Yeah,
It's
I
part of
didn't have
growing up.
much to say about that one, and I didn't have much to say about Let Go, which is the
Yeah,
next
me
one.
neither. We really are
Except,
cruising through this, but yeah, I don't. I also don't have much to say about Let Go. I think this is my least favorite song on the album.
yeah, all I had to say was holy 2010 all-time low, Batman. Because listen to that intro, bro.
Yeah.
If that came up on your like, your junior high bus ride,
Oh yeah,
listening to
you'd be
music and
headbanging
this
for
came
sure.
up. What's that?
I said you'd be headbanging for sure.
Oh yeah, this fits right in with my vibe at that era. Very very just the classic basic pop punk. But to be
Mm-hmm.
honest, the song is pretty boring. I don't know. For me
Yeah.
now, as I've matured, as I've become an adult, I've got chest hairs now. And
Yeah.
I mean they get waxed off twice a week, but I do have them if I want
As
them.
an adult, as
Yes,
all adults do.
as all adults do.
I
At
just
least
pull mine
those
out
in
with
the
my bare hands.
yeah, well, I live in a higher echelon of
Well,
society
they
than
grow
you.
long and thick enough that I can wrap them around my hands like ropes and just pull.
Perfect. And it just the nose hairs shrink back up when you pull them out. It's like they're connected.
It's like a hoodie drawstring.
So there you have it, guys. Let go equals no chest
Super long
hairs.
chest hairs. Or no
No,
chest hairs.
if you like let go, it means you don't have super long chest hairs. And so, wow, yeah, we're kind of cooking this album a little bit. So, Rob,
I'll be honest,
in
like
the what?
the album itself wasn't all that spectacular to me. Like I said, there was like 2 songs that I'd saved. And I realized actually that half these songs came out on their EP back in like November. So I had already heard most of them, or like half of them.
Hmm.
Um,
I
so
remember
like
that EP coming out now that you say it, because I was like, ooh, oh, like for
yeah.
this podcast, I thought, ooh,
But I did like the next song, Summer Clothes. That was one of the songs that was on that EP.
yeah,
I mean, it's still a sad message, like, but it's a more fun sounding, like it is a very summery sounding song. Like it's
yeah,
still a sad one about missing someone and all their little details. But listen to the intro. Does that not and is that not the exact same intro of like I want to say a State Champ song, but I could not place it. Just those first like 2 seconds.
that pause, that,
That
Benny.
yeah, like
Oh,
that. I swear that's from another. Like that's the exact same riff. And like
Benny.
anytime I heard it, I was like, oh, is this? And then like it would never come to me. But I'm like, oh, this is that song. But I never knew
Dude,
what song that was.
I keep getting stuck on that, Benny. Man, dude, I don't know. Holy crap. Great, that's gonna haunt me. Um, I don't know. We'll have to I'll have to listen to all of the songs I've ever heard before just so I can figure that out. I'll do that this week.
Yeah, that's gonna have to be your homework for the week.
Yeah, so not songs that I have every song I've listened to, but songs that I've listened to multiple times. Like it's got to be one I've listened to 5 times or more. I feel like would be a good filter. So I'll start into that.
Oh man, it's right on the tip of my tongue. Like I can hear the tune of the verse and everything, but I
Is
just
it that
can't.
dun dun dun
No,
that's kind of what I've
it's
stuck on.
I don't know. The verse like uses the same tune as that 2 second little riff there.
Yeah.
But man, I can't.
I feel like I hear like a piano like bang bang and the piano's like dun 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 dun.
I don't think we're thinking of the same one then.
Well, fantastic. Let's end the podcast. But I don't know. Okay, so you were saying on this song, like you like the song. I will be honest. I thought the lyrics. This is where like they go through a little stretch of songs here where the lyrics are just bad.
Yeah, it
As
was. I mean, it was a corny pop punk summer song.
yeah,
So yeah,
yeah. So it definitely feels like, oh boy, I'm growing out of pop punk. This really made me feel it, but it still felt like not as. This felt a lot more pop, this album did, and it felt like it had a lot more, like, made for radio or made to appeal to more, like, the masses a bit more. Like, it's still not gonna appeal to the masses like a Taylor Swift or a, uh, Drake, like, those kind of people that make, like, these just super popular music styles, but this one definitely would be able to seep into more music styles. I don't know. That's
probably.
the
Yeah.
vibe I got from this album, is it just felt like a lot of really basic music, like, I don't know, like, did they need to put out an album all of a sudden? Like, they're like, "Ah, it's been too long since we put an album out. We should probably get one out."
I mean, yeah,
But
they've definitely like their older albums are really good. That one, it's called Adornment. It's got like the guy's face looks like an island kind of thing. I have
oh, dude,
a lot of songs saved from that one.
I never noticed what that was ever in my life. Holy crap. I've never looked at
What
it
did you think
closely.
it was?
Okay. Well, this is gonna be impossible for you to see. It looked like, because I just never actually looked at it. I just always thought it was a lady laying on a rock sideways, like his schnoz was her head, and then, like, the waterfall was, like, part of her clothes and the green so,
Wow,
that's yeah.
that's
Wow.
incredible.
How did I think that? What the heck? That's not even close. That's
That's
insane. Oh my
not even
goodness. I need to
sort of
get
close.
tested, bro. What the heck? Well, yeah, so anyways, yes, that album, and then, like, their first 2 albums, which is that all that was out? When did we see them? We might have seen them before that Nella Vita, unless that, like, came out when we first saw them, but I don't recognize that
Maybe,
song at
yeah, I
all.
can't remember exactly when we went and saw them, but I feel like Nella Vita was probably
It was definitely
right around
pre-COVID.
that time.
It was definitely pre-COVID, and I feel like it was, like, 2018 that we went and saw them.
Yeah, I believe that.
So, they might have just had Adornment and What We're Missing that because they were, like they might have been, like, the opener, like, the first band.
I
That's how
think they were.
so, hmm. Anyways, I like Palette, and Beautiful Things. That's Palette is on their first album, and then Beautiful Things, Fever Dream, those are some songs that I've got saved. Anyways,
Mhm.
sidebar, rambling, ending, Summer Clothes, yeah, just a
Mhm.
little too corny for me. Like that, I miss. This was so bad. I miss you so how punk music turns you on, getting you off in summer clothes. And I was like, oh my goodness,
I didn't even
what
understand that one. He's getting
I.
her off inside her clothes. Like, I
That's what I'm
what
saying.
did
What does that
what a
mean? And
teenager
how is
thing.
I don't understand it at all, and it still just feels so cringy to me.
Just a lot of heavy petting enough to do the
Yeah.
job.
Or his well, I thought it was funny though, because he's like, I miss you so how punk music turns you on. I'm like, bro, do you think you're singing punk music? Because you're not. This album
I
definitely is
don't think that's what
very
he was
light on
trying
the
to
punk
say.
aspect. Like, maybe you should try punk music then if you
I think he was just talking about how the girl likes punk music.
I guess,
It
but
gets her all hot and bothered,
then why
apparently.
wouldn't he play punk music? My
That's a
goodness.
good question.
If you got the surefire way, brother.
If you want her back, bro, you know what you
Yeah.
gotta do.
My goodness. Punk it up. Garage band, 2000s punk. Anyways, I'll stop hating on that song and start hating on Some Kind of Magic.
You hated this
This
one
one.
too?
Dude, the lyrics were so bad. Like
Eh.
some kind of magic, some magic between us. Do you feel the static, that static when we touch? Because we get closer every day, but somehow you still feel so far away. That's the chorus. Wha Come on. Like, really? Like, I could have written that. I don't
I
know.
mean,
I don't
I
fancy
guess I
myself
didn't
a
hate it
poet.
that much.
I don't fancy myself like, I don't think I'm some lyricist or anything like that, but, like, when I'm hearing lyrics that sound like something I could off the rip without putting any thought into it right, I just,
Yeah.
like, the songs just can't be good. If, like, someone like me who has no musical talent, music writing talent, I'm not bad at the saxophone, and I could probably still rip on the recorder, but as far as writing music, I do not have any talent for that. And poetry and everything like that. So if it feels like I feel like I could sit down and go, "I miss you," or if I sit down and went, "Some kind of magic between us, static when we touch, we're getting closer, but I still feel like you're far away because I miss you so much." I could crank that out pretty easy. I don't know. So I'm
You've
sorry.
got
I'm
some
gonna be
strong feelings about
yeah.
this one.
I've got some strong feelings. Felt like a song made for like a teen movie. Like, if you listen to this song, this is like a chorus in a montage of a teen movie.
Well, I didn't have
So
anything to say about the lyrics per se.
huh.
I liked the sound of the song. Like, it
Mm.
gave me like where am I at? it had like that very nostalgic pop punk sound to it. Like it reminded me like old Mayday Parade a little bit. Like
And
it in that like that intro riff, and then the chorus every time just kind of sounded like that classic, um, like old 2010s ish pop punk sound. And then
yeah,
they had like a little 80s guitar sound going on in the background of the outro that I liked, but I didn't have much to say about the lyrics, at least not as much as you did.
these last 2 songs, Some Kind of Magic and Dance with a Ghost, it's just like, I don't know, like, it hits like that, when pop punk started transitioning from, like, early 2000s pop punk to 2010s pop punk, and then 2010 pop punk started transitioning to whatever it is now, like, that 2010s to whatever it is now, like, this is, like, right in the middle of that, like, right
Yeah.
at the end of 2010s pop punk. I don't know. It's just got a very clean, really simple, like, not much guitar, drum, not as much focus on, like, the guitaring and drumming.
Yeah.
So, well, man, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Grayscale. I am dumping on you.
That was brutal. That was a takedown.
Well, I don't have much exciting stuff to say for Dance with Your Ghost either, to be honest. I didn't
I
really have
like Dance with
anything.
Your Ghost. This was
Oh,
one of my
okay.
favorites.
I thought it was just pretty basic. I don't know, just really poppy in my opinion.
I don't
Um,
know. I really like the chorus. The way he sings it just has a really nice flow to it. Um, it's another one of those breakup songs, but still upbeat. So it's like still a fun sounding song.
yeah.
But I just like the way he sings the chorus. Just struck a chord, I guess. This is one of the two songs that I did save.
Mm, interesting. I mean, I know they start off like it starts off with a little heavier. Like it started off, I was like, all right, here we go. But then once that guitar intro ends, it kind of, just
I
goes
don't know.
into like it doesn't really come back much. It felt like the guitar work, but I don't know. Maybe I should give it a couple more listens if Rob says it's
If you
playlist
get it,
worthy.
you just don't get it if you don't get it, you know? Those who get it, get it.
Yeah, I am. I am a rube, I suppose, a non-Toots knowing rube. So, sorry. I
That's
don't know.
what they've always said about you, and you're just living up to their expectations.
Yeah, I'm a pair of thick old rubies, no doubt.
Mm.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah. Really, my notes were just kind of,
Yeah.
yeah. If you could see me right now, I'm going all, yeah. So you know what that means.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah. Okay. Don't leave me in
Well,
the dark.
yeah, Don't Leave Me in the Dark with the piano intro in the title every time. It just reminds me of that one Crown the Empire song, Lead Me Out of the Dark.
Mm,
And so like every time I hear that piano intro, I just like my brain goes right to there, but it doesn't really even sound the same and it's a very different song, but that's just what it reminds me of every time. I also really like this chorus. Song, it was a good song about, trying not to let someone walk away. Not quite a breakup song, but you're barreling towards it kind of deal. And I'm always a sucker for a good guitar solo. There's a good guitar solo in this one too. The only thing I didn't like is that at the end it gets pretty repetitive with that final
yes.
chorus, and then they go quiet with the chorus and keep repeating that again. So
Yes.
it wore it got very repetitive. So killed
That's
it. It had me up
literally.
until that part.
Yeah. Like, your notes, exactly my notes. I was literally like, they say "Don't leave me in the dark" about 1,000 times in,
Yeah.
like, the second half of this song. It's
Yeah.
insane. Like, it's like you start off with a great idea for a YouTube video, like, "What would be a funny YouTube video?" And you're like, "Let's do it." And then you sit down and plan it, and you're like, "Huh, the idea was more funny than, like, the actual YouTube video." That's
Yeah.
kinda like what this song felt like. They're like, "I've got a great idea for a song," and then they're, like, halfway through, and we're like, ugh, what do we do? You know what we should do? I mean, we've got this great title. Let's say it 1,000 times.
Yeah, well, people are just listening for the title anyways.
Yeah, that's
It's like the Family Guy bit where he likes to point out whenever they say the name of the movie.
that's why I must become Superman 4: A Quest for Justice.
Oh, that's why it's called that.
Yeah, I do that all the time when I'm like music or movies or TV shows. Anytime they say it, I go, they said it. I do it every time.
I love the one where sidebar with I just love the episode where they the guys get pulled over and like the cop tries to say they have like alcohol or whatever in the car and he's like, you can't do that in my town. I'm a family guy.
And he's
And
like,
Peter's like, ah.
uh. That's so yeah. So basically, while I was listening to this song, at the end of the song, I just kept going, I said it, 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 like 100 times. So
Yep.
that would be so frustrating. Just drive. Alyssa would have killed me. We're just driving, and I just do that over and over again. All right. Next song is called "Painting Over You." Dude, this song would have gone hard in my junior high playlist. Like,
All
guaranteed,
right, dude.
when I like bought my first guitar, I absolutely would have been trying to learn this song.
So sad over a breakup you've never had.
Yes. Yep.
Just resonating so hard. Yeah,
Dude,
you're on the way to school, you got your head against the window watching the rain come down, you're like, oh, I miss her.
you're like, man,
You don't
I
even know who
feel
she is.
so like my emotions are so deep. I wonder if anyone's looking at me and seeing how deep my emotions are. My emotional IQ. Yeah, dude,
But
this is like iconic, like 2012 to 2014 pop punk for me.
yeah.
Like, or that's a little later, like 2010 to 2014,
Yeah.
probably. Like the Covered Myself in Midnight Blue, I'd be like sitting there and be like, yeah,
That's
I,
good
I should
stuff.
probably write that on like the inside of my binder, so like anyone who sees it goes, whoa, this guy.
It's a deep and mysterious man over here.
Oh yeah, dude, I remember doing that like as a kid. You know, when you're younger, you first start listening to music, and you're like, I would like write those lyrics on stuff and be like, man, I hope
Dude,
someone
I
sees
did
how
used to do
cool I
that. I
am.
forgot that I used to do that.
Yeah, I just remembered it when I said that, and I hate it so much that I'm thinking
Wow.
about that now. I did a good amount of all-time low lyrics. I exclusively remember like the "If These Sheets Were the States." I thought that was like a like the most poetic, best written thing you've ever heard in your life.
That's a great song, though. I'm not even gonna hate on that song.
Nah,
I
dude, that
still jam that every once in a while.
those early albums, dude, are still like those were so solid. Like there's so many songs. Like
Yeah.
I had like a couple songs saved that I kind of beat to death, but like every once in a while I'll just be like listening to my day list and it'll pull up like a song from those albums that I haven't listened to in forever. I'm like, "Oh my goodness.
Mm-hmm.
Is this
Yeah.
is this better than Everyone Here?" But
Especially that whole Don't Panic album. Just man, that was
yeah.
good stuff. That was
Yeah.
good stuff.
Yeah, but I like Painting Over You, I'll be like, not a bad song like that for that
Yeah.
kind of fact. Like if this song had come out like even 10 years ago, I absolutely would have been like, yeah, this is a great song
Yeah. Yeah.
for sure.
I always like a good acoustic intro. And I
Mhm.
like they got the orchestral parts throughout the song.
Yeah.
It was pretty solid, pretty well played song. And then they had that drum build up into the bridge with another good guitar solo. I like that too. That was really good.
Yeah. Well, definitely like the middle of this album is where I was like, man, this is not great. It ends somewhat strong here, except I'll be on like Mum 2. Gus, what's the word?
That would be Mom.
That'd be Mum. That's the next one on there. I like
Mm-hmm.
that's like like every band like this that we listen to, including like the Neck Deeps, like the State Champs, like those kind of bands, always had like that token acoustic song on the album,
Mm-hmm.
and this is it for sure. Like,
Well,
so
did you go and listen to the original Mom?
no, I did
The
not,
first one?
honestly. I just
Yeah,
thought
it
it was
was
a
one
Creative
I
Town.
wasn't familiar with it, so I went and listened to it because I was wondering why it was a sequel.
Mhm.
So, like in Mum 2, he's singing about how he doesn't talk to his mom anymore and he regrets it. And he mentions how like
Mm.
they don't play the old song because they don't like it and makes him sad that he ever wrote it. And so I went and listened to the original one, and the whole song was all about how his mom was addicted to drugs and not part of his life.
Yeah.
So I guess he's growing up and maturing past that. It's like exactly like what Eminem did when he like made that diss track about his mom, and then he had that song with the guy from Fun Headlights, I think it was. singing about how like he's so sorry that he ever wrote that and he hates it, and basically says the exact same thing. Like, I don't even play that song anymore. So
Hmm.
it's like very Eminem vibes from this pop punk song.
I guess I should have listened to it because that's what I was thinking. I was wondering like that because it says like the raspberry red on your wrists or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
I was just
All
like,
those
I
pock
thought,
marks.
what's that?
All those pock marks. Those
Sure.
needle marks.
Yeah. I I just like assume because like this, it just like the lyrics of the song made it seem like yeah, just him being real sad about his mom and his mom's situation. I didn't really. I guess I should have. I didn't even register in my mind that this song was a sequel. Like
The
I
two didn't
just
give it away.
no, it did
So
not.
do you
Not
think
to me.
Inspector Gadget 2 is its own standalone movie? There was never first Inspector Gadget.
It could be. It could be. It holds its weight for
That's
sure,
true.
brother.
That was a bad example because that's a phenomenal film.
Yeah. There is no
Evil
bad
Evil
sequel in the
Inspector
world.
Gadget.
Dude, seriously? Oh my goodness. Hey, do you wanna watch that again? Come up to my house this weekend, let's have a movie night.
I'd
Evil
do
I
that.
forgot that it was an Evil Inspector Gadget. That's the one with the foot, right?
Yeah.
I forgot. Oh my goodness, dude. What a wild what a wild premise. I mean, I know it's a cartoon before, like, that was like, some kid's
Yeah.
cartoon or whatever from before, but just wild.
Dude, remember his talking car that had a Skittle dispenser? Oh man.
Yeah. Yeah.
The envy I felt watching that.
Yeah,
Watching,
dude.
I think it wasn't that Miranda Cosgrove too played his niece or whoever that, or his daughter, whoever that was.
Is that who it is?
Watching Miranda Cosgrove get Skittles straight out of her talking car.
Yeah.
That's good stuff. That's the
Oh my
dream.
goodness.
That still
Yeah.
is the dream.
That still is a dream. Especially that style of car now, man. They don't make cars
All right.
with that look anymore. Anyways, dude, let's do an Inspector Gadget 2 soundtrack. I bet it has like some sleeper soundtrack,
Well,
dude.
I remember that while they were in that car, she was listening to All Star by Smash Mouth, so you know that there's
Oh,
at least one banger in there.
yeah. So, man, dude, I get like those um Instagram Reels because I'm an adult. Instagram Reels every once in a while where it's people like movies you didn't realize have an absolutely banger soundtrack. And
Yeah.
it's like it just did like Surf's Up. I saw one for Surf's Up the other day. Has like a bunch of great songs on it.
Really? I don't think
Yeah.
I've ever watched that movie.
Dude, I know I've watched it because like you know how it's like a meme to love Surf's Up now on or it was there for a little bit, like because of Chicken Joe and
Oh,
everything. And people doing
'cause of
like the
what?
what?
'Cause of what?
Chicken Joe from Surf's
I
Up?
don't know what that is. Oh, yeah,
He's
I don't know.
he's a
I did
surfing
not know that
chicken.
was a meme.
Yeah. Oh, it was very popular. And then like the Cody's meat, bro. Like I was seeing that everywhere. Um
Oh, yeah, this is all new to me. I just turned 30, so I am too far removed from that
oh
part of the youth.
oh yeah, tutors. At the time we're recording this, yesterday was Rob's birthday. So at the end of
Hey,
this
yo.
podcast, we will be giving a review
D
on Happy Birthday.
Yeah, we gotta dissect that song.
Yeah. But you know
'Cause how
that
do you write such a timeless classic and no one even knows who wrote it? Like,
right?
what kind of songwriting prowess do you have? That's incredible.
Is that what no one knows who wrote it?
I mean, I'm sure you could Google it, but do you know who wrote it?
No, Mr. Birthday?
Well, yeah, that checks out. That makes more
Hallmark,
sense.
big birthday, big gift.
Yeah,
Probably
it was
wrote
probably
that.
the government. It was probably the
Yeah.
government wrote a song to try to push more birthdays and sell more
Yep.
cake.
Yeah. That
That's
makes
probably
sense.
what it was. That's a road I don't wanna go down then.
No. Well, man, that was wow, we just jumped around getting to happy birthday. We got the time, so, let's talk about
So
happy birthday.
we're
I'm
gonna have
just
to
kidding.
spend some time on this last song, I think.
Yeah. So, Rob, in the slowest way possible, how did you feel about Not Afraid to Die?
Boy, how much time do you got? I mean, my goodness. Actually,
Not a lot, so keep it under 20 minutes, brother.
this one was definitely my favorite. This one was
Yeah.
one that came out on the EP a long time ago. 'Cause I remember playing once again, I'm gonna mention our game, but I played this in one of our rounds. I think for like the My Current Jam round probably, because I don't know, this song's just a bop. It's so this is one of the other two that I'd already had. I technically didn't add it since I already had it, but one of the two that I did add.
Yeah.
I really like the chorus, like our moms still smoke inside and they still pray to Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
I like that line. Just like the whole vibe of the song is like how when you grow up, so many things stay the same, but you're still maturing, and now like your mom's still smoking inside, and that's the funny part of life. But now you're not afraid to die because you're
See,
grown up and mature.
I feel like that lyric though was more. I don't think that was more of like a you grow up and things stay the same because I had to look at the lyrics because I did not understand it. It says our moms still smoke inside and they've all got mob ties, but they still pray
Oh
to
yeah,
Jesus
yeah,
Christ.
yeah. I
And
skipped
so
that part.
I think it was just more of like a um hypocritical kind of thing. Like these people are hypocrites. Like they live like they
Oh,
smoke because smoking's bad, and they've got ties to the mob, but then they go to church every Sunday, and they,
hmm. That
that's where
was
I was like,
not the direction I saw that song in.
I'm like, am I supposed to be offended by that line as a Christian? I'm like, I don't know. Like,
I
I
did
know it's
not get
talking
that
about the
vibe at
moms. I
all.
didn't know if that was just talking about like all these Christians out here, doing all this stuff, but then still throw Christ at you. I don't know, but I did think the song was clearly the best on the album for sure. But I had to look at the
Yeah, it
lyrics
just
for
seems
that.
like a whole different song from the rest of the
Yeah,
album. Like this one seemed like musically better, lyrically better. Like everything about it was just better written.
yeah.
I guess that's probably why they released it as a single, because
Yeah.
that's what you do with your best ones. But yeah, it just seemed like it didn't even belong on this album.
That's even what I said in my notes is like this is a song where it felt like they actually just stopped trying to make something that's going to be a hit and just started making their music is what it
Yeah.
felt like. So, it's totally different from the whole album. Kind of fits in with like the very first song, like Kept Me Alive a little bit. Cause like and The Heart, because The Heart has that instrumental and this had that
Oh
instrumental
yeah,
stuff as
true.
well.
I didn't even think about that. Didn't catch
But
that.
but yeah,
Look
so
at you knowing your toots.
yeah. Yeah, blonders. Yeah. So I thought I did think this song was good, but yeah, I thought it was more of like at least that line because I thought it said is I understood like they still smoke inside, and I thought it said, but they still have Mai Tais. So I thought and they pray. So I thought it was like these people smoke and drink, but also pray, and I was just like, what? But I got it now. Luckily they did release it as a single, so the single had like the lyrics.
We all know Christians don't drink. Drinking is a sin. That's why
At
I've
least
never
not Mai
drank any
Tais.
alcohol in my life.
They definitely not Bud Light. Now that they've, I don't know, like all those videos of people like shooting up their Bud Light cans. Like you did it.
Oh yeah, brother. Yeah. That
There's that was wild.
that's a whole thing.
Yeah, join me on my how ridiculous that marketing director had to be podcast. But
And then how insane everyone overreacted to it.
yeah, that was wild.
To
But
me,
you know
it
those
didn't bother
people.
me one bit because I have taste buds, so I don't like to drink Bud Light. So I never my protest against Bud Light began when I was born.
Yeah. But you know those people are drinking Bud Light again. 100%. They've
Yeah,
gone
they
out.
are.
They were like,
Kid
I'm
Rock
having a
is. Kid
cookout.
Rock did like a whole, like he had the most public meltdown of it all. He was like the
Yeah.
poster child for those people, and then he was seen drinking some Bud Light again.
Yeah, for sure. Like,
The whole situation was just so stupid and so unnecessary.
yeah, it was hilarious, honestly. Just nonsense happening. Anyways, wow, that was. Oh, wait, how did that come up? What were we talking about?
You just mentioned Bud Light out of nowhere for some reason. You said because we were saying Christians don't drink, and you said, well, not Bud Light, and I don't know where
Oh,
Bud Light came from, but
yeah, because of that whole.
you did it.
That was the whole thing. Is like, not since they put.
Oh, okay,
I don't
okay.
remember
I'm caught
Delaney
up
or something.
now.
I don't know. But yeah. So that's what I thought it was saying is like people smoke and drink and say they're Christians. But yeah, so I guess it's supposed to be like these people that do all these bad things, but then also go to church on Sundays. Like, how does that track? which is fair. It's a fair point.
Yeah. That's still just that's not the message I got from it, but I guess that's the point of art, isn't it?
Yeah, and my interpretation is the correct one, which is also very cool for me.
That is true.
Yeah. Well, so your overall impression of the album then, Rob, I mean,
It
you
was
saved
alright.
2 songs, I did not.
Yeah, it was alright. Not their best album. But, take that's coming from someone that doesn't really get into pop punk too much anymore, so
Yeah.
take it with a grain of salt, I guess.
Yeah. Well, I guess not much left to do, but
Yeah, we got a nice little short and sweet one here today.
well, maybe that we're gonna find that's gonna be the sweet spot, and people are gonna be like, "Holy crap!" Like, our views are gonna blow up, brother.
I'm sure. One of these is
Yeah.
bound to do it.
Well, I can give my suggestion because for some reason the
Yeah.
song keeps coming up in my shuffle. I had it saved to a playlist, but Spotify keeps playing it, and I keep listening to it. But it's "Fly Move," the whole time by Hot Mulligan.
Ah, yeah, good old Hot Mulligan.
Yeah, that classic. Sit on the floor, set the chairs by the door, pile the dishes. Like that sound. You get it. I mean, that was a
I don't know
spot
if
on Hot
I'm
Mulligan
I don't know if
impression.
I'm familiar with that specific song, but I do love me some Hot Mulligan.
Yeah, they've got. I need to give them a listen to though. I say this all the time about bands, but like they're someone who like I keep getting songs that I'm like, this is pretty good. Should give them.
Uh-huh.
For some reason, I always like in my brain they were always equated with like that Irish rock kind of stuff. Who's the band that does that? Really
Stop it.
famous.
Stop.
We saw them
Um,
at Bunbury.
I
Fuck.
know who you're talking about.
I just
My
almost
dog
said,
is what are you doing?
dude, I cannot remember.
It's
Fly.
I know it's not Flogging Molly. That's the one that I always think of, but I know it's not them.
Oh, actually, that's what I was
Um,
thinking. So,
dang. Dropkick Murphys.
yeah, there it is. That's what I was thinking. Nice. Look at you
I don't
knowing Toots.
why would you associate them with them?
I do. Just like for
'Cause of the
some
word
reason, I
mulligan?
always got.
Mulligan.
Yeah, for some reason, all in the back. Like back when I was a kid and first, you just hear about band names and I don't really know who they are. For some reason, that's just what I equated it with in my mind. So nowadays, like I'm slowly breaking down those stereotypes that I made in my brain. I'm learning more
Good for
about
you.
the Hot Mulligan culture.
Good for you. Immerse yourself in the hot mulligan.
Yeah. Anyways, what you got for
Even though
me,
isn't mulligan
brother?
like a golf term?
Yes, it means a do-over.
Yeah. So it's a hot do-over. Nothing
Mm,
Irish about it. 'Cause you know the Irish aren't hot.
yeah, that's not what they're known for.
Anyways, my recommendation is gonna be Nowadays by Valley Heart. It's got that I mean, it is kind of like a emo track. Like it's got that emo sound, but it's a newer one. They're not a very popular band, and that's the only song I know by them, but it's got a good almost like I hate using the term Midwest emo because I feel like that's just what everyone calls anything sort of emo now.
Yeah, for some
But it
reason.
kind of has that sound, that like modern baseball type sound to it. But I
Mm-hmm.
like it.
I wonder if I've heard that. For some reason I recognize that, but give it a listen. Throw it in the queue.
Do it.
Do something fruity. No, thank you. Then can I do it? Gross. You're drunk. Maybe. But who's stopping us? Yo, Dad. He's dead.
Okay.
Do you not remember that? Those
No,
bad
I
lip
remember that.
readings?
I'm just not sure why you're running through the whole bad lip reading script.
That's what we should do. Dude, an episode where we do review the bad lip reading music songs that they do. The
Or we could just do like bad lip readings of music videos.
mm, okay. Deal. Live. All right. Well, that's all we got for you guys. Short album. give it a listen through. I mean, I do recommend that final song on the album, Not Afraid to Die. It's not bad. But you heard my scathing report, and Rob seemed to be more favorable towards its VoIP.
I mean, you had some strong feelings at some
and
points.
muscles.
True.
Anyways,
which is always relevant.
I had strong feelings about a couple of the songs. Not all of the songs, but there were a couple just where it was just like painfully obvious. Where I was like, this is not good.
Yeah.
But
you get that with pop punk, it's just the problem.
Yeah. So there you have it, Tutors. Grayscale, The Hart, i.e. Kevin. There you have our review. Kevin. We'll catch y'all. We'll toot with y'all later. Thanks for stopping by. There you go. Boom. Burn it. Put it on a CD. Sell it on a blanket outside of a stadium for $3.
I like it.
All right. Catch you later, Bill and Ted.